Welcome into NFL Daily. I am Tom Downey. It's a mailbag. You should know the drill by now. We answer all your questions live right here on our Wednesday edition of NFL Daily via hashtag NFL or Super Chat like Just Jude did. He says we, meaning the Dallas Cowboys, should draft Jaxon, smith-njigba. I think wide receiver, although maybe if Odell Beckham's here next year, that changes things, is an option. Cornerback is an area of focus, I think. Maybe some defensive line, possibly linebacker, offensive line, and depending on what you do with free agents, running back and tight end could also be in play there for the Dallas Cowboys. But JSN, more of a slot receiver. He'll be top 40 for most teams and right in that late round one, I think, range, maybe even mid round one once we get to the actual NFL draft. True or lore, how can the Niners make the playoffs? Simply put, keep doing what they've been doing. They are right now the favorites in the NFC West. They've put themselves in a very good position. The Seahawks are going to make a push no matter what. I'd be shocked if the Niners did not at least make the postseason. Right now they have the tiebreaker over Seattle. They'd be the number 3 seed right now. Seattle will be down there at number 7, giving them a half-game lead over the Commanders, but I don't believe in the Commanders. So they're 6-4 right now entering Thanksgiving weekend. Win more games, get to 10, 11 wins, and you will make the playoffs with, I think, plenty of space to spare. Evan Hinders, okay. Steelers trade back in the end of the first round with the Chiefs, and KC drafts Bijan Robinson. Steelers draft Jaxon, Smith-Njigba, then Jason Campbell, linebacker from Iowa, and then Riley Moss. So Chiefs trade up, I think you mean, to get Bijan, since you got to go earlier there, or I don't think Bijan's going to last to the later round or to the back that far back into round one where the Chiefs will be drafting. I don't think the Chiefs should take another back though. Didn't we learn our lesson there that maybe investing round one back isn't always the way to go? I also don't think the Steelers need another wide receiver. You've paid Deontay Johnson. I like George Pickens. I would focus on getting some offensive line help for Pittsburgh, and then seeing if Calvin Austin can be a piece for you. Because right now, JSN would be kind of wide receiver 3 and kind of overlaps the skill set of Deontay Johnson a little bit too much. Although Bijan would be oh so fun in that Chiefs offense, I promise. From Tony Ravioli, got to use the correct explanation, all cap stuff. Will the Jets trade Zach Wilson now? A trade of Zach Wilson is not as clean-cut as you might think it is. They're not going to cut him after this year ends. There's a $20.77 million dead cap charge, if he's cut. They lose a ton of money in terms of cutting him. Now, they don't lose as much, about $2 million, if they trade him before June 1st. But that's still losing money out on a player. Not that much. It's doable. But you'd have to find a trade partner. If you wait till after June 1st, you save some money this upcoming season, but the teams will wait till after June 1. Wilson's in a tough spot. I would wonder if we see him again at some point this year, or at minimum, if he's brought back this upcoming year and the Jets bring in a veteran contender to win that job over him, perhaps a Jimmy Garoppolo, for example. So where will Zach Wilson play in 2023? Let me know in the comments section. Is it New York? Is it somewhere else? It's the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. From Vince, please say a few words about the Munich game. Are you aware about the American football hype in Germany? Vince, if you were the one who DM'd me on Twitter about this, I meant to respond. I forgot. I still will, I promise. Yes, I am aware. I know it was a very big deal for Germany. The NFL was quite pleased with the way things went there, the fan support, etc. The travel does make things a little bit complicated. I don't think Seattle fans loved how early that game was for them. But I think the NFL is going to continue to put more games in Germany. They were very happy with the way things turned out there. Vicky Turner, the Chiefs should let Juan Thornhill walk in free agency and sign Jessie Bates. Reed and Bates would be lit. It's not that different than letting Tyrann Mathieu walk. I like Thornhill a lot, but if you want to throw some more money at safety, it's expensive, but that'd be a fun 1-2 punch at safety. I'm not going to complain too much if the Chiefs find a way to make that work with some of their still leftover Tyreek Hill savings. Today's NFL Daily is sponsored by Established Tunnels. It's a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title passed at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. They planted 2 of every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, to support those global reforestation efforts. You can officially include the title Lord or Lady in your credit card, plane ticket, dating profile, etc. Makes a great last-minute gift. The first 200 people who purchase a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my pub within a few minutes of walking distance. Depending on how many of you want to become a lord or a lady, we can build our own little NFL Daily Chat Sports Kingdom. It makes an amazing last-minute gift, and Established Tunnels is actually running a massive holiday sale right now, with discounts up to 80% off. Plus, if you use the code CHAT, C-H-A-T, you get an additional 10% off. So go to establishedtitles.com/ to get your gifts now and help support the channel. Links in the comments section and in the description. From Gunnar Mitchell, Texans draft Will Anderson. If they're picking like number 3, yeah, sure. If they have the number 1 pick, as good as Will Anderson is, I think you have to go explore quarterback. Now, maybe you can sign somebody, but you can take Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud at number 1. And Davis Mills is bad. And you got to get quarterback figured out as the most important position. So making that pick correctly will change your franchise's tune for a very long time. So I love Will Anderson. He's going to be a very good NFL pro, if not great. But if you think one of those quarterbacks is it, you have to take them. DG Sports Talk. Thoughts on Hendon Hooker as a prospect? Really, I think the Duke can. Still a bit older with injury, I think he'd still be a 3rd or 4th round. I think that's about his ceiling for where he goes. He's a lot older. He's older than Justin Herbert is. Let that sink in for a second. My issue with Hendon Hooker is that style of offense is awesome in college. It's basically the old Art Briles offense. It was what is being run by Josh Heupel, and leads to a lot of open receivers. He's very good when things are where they're supposed to be. But when plays break down, when you got to make some more tight window throws, he wasn't as good. I like the athletic ability. I think he's pretty good there. I think 3rd or 4th round is about right. I think a team like Seattle could be perfect for Hendon Hooker. You bring back Geno Smith, you take Hooker, give him a year to recover, and then try to figure out if Hooker's a piece or maybe just a backup for you. The value is a lot better for Hendon Hooker coming off the injury because of it just brings down where he'll go. I thought round one was always pretty rich for him, but there is some talent. It's just he's going to have a trickier adjustment, but the rehab time and getting some time just to learn a more modern and more adaptable NFL offense, I think will benefit him too in the short term and the long term. Elk Boy 247. How much money is OBJ going to get from the Cowboys or Giants? The contract is going to be a fun one to break down, where the initial number you see reported, don't believe. There's going to be a lot of incentives, some triggers, some escalators, de-escalators in that deal. He wanted 20 according to ESPN. He's not going to get 20. There's no way, coming off another ACL tear. Now, what he might get is a couple mil this year, maybe some of it, paid out later to help keep the cap hit down this year. And then like kind of a team mix of a player option of, depending on how you play, you get this amount of money, this stat increases your number, etc. And then those teams can either cut him, OBJ still gets some, pick up his option, he gets paid a lot more. It'll be a unique contract when it's all said and done. I don't think this number, like the way it is for a normal contract, is what Odell Beckham will end up getting. Now, Cowboys and Giants, the 2 favorites right now, but they might not be the ones who get Odell Beckham. Who do you think ends up signing OBJ? Sound off for me in the comment section. Ryan, who will the Chiefs pick in the 1st round? They could explore receiver. You could always look offensive line. If you lose Orlando Brown, I think they'll find a way to tag him again probably. I wouldn't advise running back, but, man, Bijan or Jahmyr Gibbs would be fun in that offense. I think you could see a lot of defensive options. Front 4, namely defensive end opposite Karlaftis, still makes sense. Safety if Juan Thornhill leaves. I think those positions are ones to watch. It's, of course, wait till in November to get yourself locked in on one player or even one position. Timber's World, where will Brandin Cooks go? It's a good question. I would not be surprised if after the season, the Texans and Cooks find a way to part ways, because that did not go well at the trade deadline, and I would not be shocked if he gets moved. That'll probably be a fun off-season trade destinations video. From Richard, what receiver should the Bears take in the draft? You have Darnell Mooney. You made a big aggressive trade for Chase Claypool. I don't think they're going to take someone in round 1. I think they will look trench play on either side of the ball in round 1, maybe their other round 2 pick. Then round 3, Mooney, maybe they'll just look for a pure slot guy. Maybe that's the route you go. You look for an underneath receiver. I know that Mooney and Claypool can both do some of that, but they also offer you some outside play. I think you're looking maybe day 2, day 3 for a wide receiver, because, Velus Jones just ain't it, folks. I'm sorry. Out today's NFL Daily. Hey, we do this every week. We have videos for you guys every single day, too. You want news, rumors, draft, free agency, all that stuff in between? This is the right spot for you. Hit that sub button right now if you haven't already for free NFL videos every single day. This is funny from Eric. Case Cookus, is he better than Matthew Stafford? Is he going to retire this year? It's funny. I do appreciate the Case Cookus jokes, memes, bits. No, he's not, of course. Stafford could retire. I wouldn't be that shocked. The money is a bit tricky. He's been banged up this year. I also think going from king of the world to that low, I don't think Stafford necessarily wants to go out in that fashion. From Drakey, should the Broncos just bench Russell Wilson and tank? 2 problems with that. In a normal world, yes. That's what your front office should do. You don't own your own first-round pick. That's going to the Seahawks, so you probably don't want that to be the number 1 overall pick or number 2 or number 3. And if you tank, your head coach is going to get canned, and he might anyway. Look, Russell Wilson has been bad. This is the worst we've ever seen Russell Wilson play, which is a massive concern when you just paid him all of the money this offseason. So if you're Nathaniel Hackett and Broncos ownership and front office and coach staff, you got to get this shit figured out, or you're not going to have a job come January. So they're not going to bench Russ. They're going to try to win football games to save their own skin, and if not, some change is going to happen here. So is Russ cooked? He might be. This has been bad. This is like fundamental stuff they can't get right on offense. Why for yes and for no? Ryan, who do you think will be in the Super Bowl? Chiefs and Bills make the most sense to me out of the AFC. The Eagles, I still think, are the best team in the NFC. But the thing that makes it fun this year, think about your NFC favorites, right? No particular order. Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Vikings, Seahawks, Niners, Bucks. I think any team that makes the NFC has a very real thought of, like, we can win this league. Just like last year when the Rams made that run. The Chiefs and Bills are beatable too. Dolphins can make that run out of the AFC. The Ravens, maybe Bengals, if they get things on track again. There will be a lot of competition this year. So Chiefs and Bills are your favorites in the AFC, Eagles in the NFC, but it is wide open, and that makes it fun come post-season time. Michael, how soon will OBJ play? What week? I don't know. Depends on when he signs. If he signs after Thanksgiving, like if he signs on that, Sunday or Monday or whatever, maybe get him for a handful of reps in that first game for wherever he signs in Week 13. But he needs some adjustment time. So it's a good question, Michael. I don't know exactly when he's cleared and able to play true football games. I would say some point early to mid-December, though.